All right, Shane, let's jump on down to Columbia real quick where, man, huge news for the Gamecocks because a pair of Sooners, former Sooners, I should add now, they have officially signed with the Gamecocks. But quarterback Spencer Rattler transferred. I mean, that is just huge for the Gamecocks. And they also got the tight end down there, Austin Stogner, who, when Shane Beamer was at Oklahoma, he was the tight ends coach. So he should know the strengths of Stogner really well. And he knows Rattler good and well. And, the Gamecocks really, it seemed like they planned this out really well, Shane. They announced this right before signing day to give that program some juice heading into the period. And they really blew up social media. I believe this happened on Monday evening.
Oh, yeah.
And, I've seen some people saying, well, hell, Rattler, he lost his job there at Oklahoma. This is totally overrated. That's not how you have to look at this because, I'm not trying to downgrade South Carolina, but the goal next year is not to win the national championship. I mean, that is a goal, but it's not a realistic goal immediately. What you want to do is rise the SEC East ladder, try to get to Atlanta, and we're talking you're starting an FCS quarterback, you're starting a graduate transfer that was a coach in camp, and now we're getting the former number 1 overall player, someone that threw for over 4,500 yards, 40 touchdowns, only 12 interceptions, completed over 70% of his passes for the Oklahoma Sooners. That's how you got to look at it. This is a major, major, major upgrade at the position, the most important position in the game for South Carolina. And I think that's why the Gamecocks were so ecstatic to get Rattler, don't you think?
Dude, how can you not be? Did you watch quarterback play this year in South Carolina? I mean, come on. There's that running back room is loaded. But they couldn't do anything because so one-dimensional because they never got anything from their quarterback. So this is a home run, man. My phone was going off Monday, and I was just like, I'm like, how long are you going to be in Utah, Mike? Because we need to talk about this. I think this was a absolute home run for South Carolina. How can you not be ecstatic about this news? So that being said, brother, I'm going to tell you, this South Carolina offense is going to look totally different next year. I think that my favorite tweet, though, man, I got to poke a little fun. I wish I could give him credit, but I don't remember where I saw it. But you ever seen that episode of Hangover when the guy says he's sitting there on the phone? He's like, "Oh man, we effed up, man. We effed up." And the subtitle says when he thought Lincoln Riley meant the other USC.
No, that is good. That is good.
Yeah.
But it sounds like this is not official yet, but it sounds like Josh Vann, their standout receiver, he's leaning towards returning. Yeah. And now you got your tight end here. I mean, you got some weapons. You reference it. We got a very, very strong running back room. Zaquandre Wright is off to the NFL. But, all of a sudden, South Carolina, I'm not saying they're going to have the nation's best offense or anything. The fans are still, a lot of fans still pissed off. They hate the coordinator. They want him fired. But it's hard for me to imagine they're bringing in quarterbacks and tight ends and pitching them on the offense, and then they're going to turn right around and say, okay, we're going to fire the coordinator and have a totally new system. I mean, I feel like they sold them on this, and I don't know how you can judge an offensive coordinator until he has got a quarterback and until he's got an offensive line. So, he's got to prove something to us this year, but now he's got some pieces. We got to see what they can do and just – this is the beauty of the transfer portals. A lot of us like to complain, ruining college football. But in years past, Shane, when you have a Shane Beamer take over a South Carolina, you say, well, it's really not fair to judge him until year 3, year 4, where he's getting his guys in. Now, thanks to the portal, look at Josh Heupel at Tennessee bringing in Hendon Hooker. That was a game changer. This could be South Carolina's game changer. You can basically do it overnight. And that's the beauty of it. And hopefully that elevates a team like a South Carolina in a single offseason to where we don't have to look to year 3, year 4 to see glimmers of hope. We can get that in year 2.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're selling recruits, man. Look what we did. Look how quick we're rising. And it all starts with quarterback play. I mean, say what you want. they got one of the top quarterbacks in the SEC. I know a lot of people joke about his season last year, but the dude's a Heisman candidate for a reason. Did the season play out like he wanted? Absolutely not. But to think he's just a washed-up quarterback, you're crazy. Wait till Saturday. He's going to make some noise in South Carolina, man.
Mm-hmm.